Hey guys, welcome to a quick movie reviews video. I've done many of these since I've been on YouTube and stuff, and I've had so many recommendations to do a lot of reviews that have come out, a lot of movies that have come out in the past little bit, especially during the pandemic and stuff. And I just didn't have the time, or I just didn't really want to review them or even talk about them, just had no interest. And you got to have the passion to talk about something when you want to actually talk about it and stuff. So, there's just a lot of reviews I just couldn't get out for you guys, and I'm sorry, I really am. So I thought this would somewhat, in a way, make up for it. That I would just do a quick movie reviews, and I hope that's good enough for you guys. But yeah, There's about 7 films I'm gonna talk about. I was gonna talk about 8, but I'm gonna save one particular movie for its own video because I have a lot more to say about that movie than these other films. So let's get to it. Very first one, Bill and Ted 3 Face the Music. I saw this months ago. I saw it at the drive-in. It was a good time. I really enjoyed Bill and Ted. I enjoyed Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Amazing, really great, amazing buddy movie, and I love the first one. Even Bogus Journey, it's not as good, but it's trippy, it's unique, and it's different, and I love its style. So I'm a big fan of Bill and Ted 2 as well. So Bill and Ted 3 Face the Music, I don't think it's as strong as the first two. I think it's good. I think it's a good movie, and I love seeing Keanu Reeves back as Ted. That's awesome. And just Alex Winters is great. He's back. He's probably one of the best in the movie. There's a lot of weird jokes that I do enjoy. There's a lot of scenarios that are really good. Death is back. He's awesome. They bring this like robot in. He's pretty great. And even the daughters are enjoyable enough. The music's good. There is comedy. There's a lot of slow moments here and there. There's a lot of moments that kind of drag a bit, and there's some things that are a little odd. And there's also a thing at the ending. I thought they were going to do something, and if they actually did it, it would have probably destroyed the whole Bill and Ted franchise, but they didn't, and they made up for it. But I thought they were going a really ridiculous route, but thankfully they didn't, so that's good. But Bill and Ted 3 is a good time. It's not a film that I would watch as much as I watched the first two, but I still think it's a very fun film. And I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a good movie, and it's enjoyable, and it was a good time at the drive-in watching it, but it's nowhere near as good as the first two. Another one I watched on Disney Plus a little bit ago, months ago, The One and Only Ivan, a talking animal movie. Those are always enjoyable. This one has very good special effects and a very lighthearted cast, and it's just a lighthearted story, nothing too deep or meaningful, which, sometimes we need something like that. It's just a good, fun kids movie that adults can watch with their kids. I watched this movie with my niece and nephew and had a good time with it. There's some corniness and cliched elements, and it's predictable. It's got the cheesiness, like a typical animal talking movie. It's nowhere near as good as like a Babe or anything, but it's still lighthearted and enjoyable. I give it a 7.7 out of 10. I think it's very good. I definitely recommend it for kids. Tenet. Tenet. Everyone wanted me to review this so bad. This was like the big one. Everyone's like, review Tenet. Come on, man. Where's your fucking review for fucking Tenet? You motherfucker. It's not great. I don't know why people are praising it. I saw it only once. Some people say, see it a second time. See it a second time. You'll have a different perspective of it. Maybe. I didn't like it very much. I thought it was another Interstellar. I think it's maybe better than Interstellar because Interstellar only had good visuals in Matthew McConaughey's performance. This one has good visuals in John David Washington and Robert Pattinson's performance and Kenneth Branagh. So there's some good acting. Elizabeth Debicki's pretty cool. The editing is sharp, but the score is obnoxious, just like Interstellar's score. I was obnoxious. The sound was so fucking loud, and it was irritating. And the sound overplays the talking. I can't even understand what the hell these characters are talking about because the music and the sound is overpowering the dialogue. And I know that was probably intention. It was like some sort of artistic expression, but I don't fucking care. I want to know what these characters are saying. That's fucking annoying. It was convoluted a lot, and it made no sense sometimes. There were some cool elements and there's some unique stuff, and it's an original take, and I'm all for originality, but the film was so confusing. It's so fucking weird, and it was obnoxious a lot too. I was getting almost irritating sometimes watching this fucking film. I was disappointed. I wanted to love it, and I thought it was just to me, really. I give it like a 5.8. I'm not a fan of this movie, and I don't even want to watch it again. Like, I don't even want to put myself through that again. So, not a Tenet fan. The Borat sequel. I watched this last night on Amazon Prime. It's not very good. I love Borat, and I think Sacha Baron Cohen's a very funny guy. The first Borat was something unique and different, and the way he did almost kind of like a mockumentary kind of thing, and a political satire, and just the humor he has is something you can't say nowadays, which is because we have this fucking cancel culture. We're in a fucking world full of wimps and shit, so I don't fucking know. This one was so safe. It was much safer. There's a lot of dick jokes that aren't funny. He puts a lot of political jokes in this. A lot of political jokes. And Sacha Baron Cohen is very left-wing, and you could tell with this movie he's very left-wing, because Borat is supposed to be like this hyper-eccentric right-winger, and they're idiots and they're stupid. He's trying to get his daughter to marry Mike Pence and stuff, and it's a little weird, and it's not very funny. Like, I don't care who he pokes fun of. Just make it funny. And I didn't laugh very much in this movie. I thought it was kind of a drag. I think Sacha Baron Cohen was good performance-wise, but it's not that funny. It's just not. And it's very inaccurate with a lot of statements he says in this movie. Very inaccurate. And it's a very one-sided opinion piece. So, I don't know. I get it's supposed to be all fun, but I want to have fun. And I actually want to laugh. And it was very difficult for me to laugh in this film. I give it a 4 out of 10. I was not a fan of this movie. All right, On the Rocks. On the Rocks, the new Sofia Coppola movie starring Bill Murray. It was not bad. I hated the ending. Really did not like that ending. I thought the ending was stupid. But love Bill Murray in the movie. Love every performance in this movie. Sofia Coppola is a very good filmmaker. I think her direction is really good. I think the writing is really good. And I think there's a lot of meaningful scenes and the very profound scenes. And she just proves once again she can be just as good as her daddy Francis. So I liked On the Rocks. It's nothing special. It's nowhere near as good as like a Lost in Translation. But it was a return to form of a Sofia Coppola Bill Murray thing. I wanted to see Sofia Coppola and Bill Murray do another film together, and it was pretty good. I pretty much enjoyed most of it. I gave it a 7.8. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Okay, Love and Monsters. Probably one of my favorite films of the year. Just saying. Dylan O'Brien is incredible in this movie. That he's finding his true love during this world ending, and these monsters are taking over. This movie is great. I loved this movie. I thought it was so much fun. It was really funny. The monsters are creative. The way they design the monsters, the CGI looks really good. Dylan O'Brien, best performance. I knew Dylan O'Brien could be a very good actor. I liked him in American Assassin. I actually thought that was pretty good. He was great in this movie, and the side characters are great. There's a lot of funny stuff in this movie, and it's also very heartwarming. It has a great ending. It's very touching. I had a lot of fun. Good soundtrack, good shots. Cinematography was really good, and I'm surprised that the creatures looked this good for the CGI. It looked really good. I was genuinely surprised how great this movie was. I had a fucking blast with this movie. Probably one of my favorite films of the year. I'd give Love and Monsters a 9 out of 10. I thought it was great. Great time. All right, last one. The Trial of the Chicago 7, the Aaron Sorkin movie. I watched this on Netflix about a few days ago. This has a big cast. Huge fucking cast. Sacha Baron Cohen, Eddie Redmayne, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Mark Rylance. Who the fuck else is in this? Frank Langella. Whatever the fucker's name is. The guy in Frost Nixon. Michael Keaton is in it. Big cast, huge cast. It was good. It was good. The writing was good. It's very good. Pretty much most of the performances are very good. Sacha Baron Cohen is very good in the movie. Mark Rylance was probably my favorite performance, my favorite character in the movie. He was great. It is a political film, and it's about Democrats and the Democratic Party, and then during the convention, people are fighting against police brutality. I understand why a movie like this came out this year, because everyone's talking about it's very socially relevant and stuff. Yes and no. Yes and no. I'm not going to talk about my opinions on that kind of thing. I have family members in the police force, so not going to talk too much about that. As a film, it is good. The writing is good. The direction is good. The acting is really good. It's very accurate to what happened during this time period, and it was very solid. I don't think it's as good as like a Molly's Game. Nowhere near as good as other work Aaron Sorkin has written, like Steve Jobs or Social Network or The American President, Few Good Men, or even The West Wing. Like I think his writing is just so strong in other places. Still a good movie. There were moments here that are a little boring, and there are some characters that probably could have been taken out of the movie. I know they're very important, but they just weren't interesting to me. But I still think it was a good movie. I give it 8 out of 10. I think it was a solid flick and another plus on Aaron Sorkin's career in his filmography, unlike Christopher Nolan. So yeah, that was my quick movie reviews for you guys. Some movies that you all want me to talk about and just give my quick thoughts and ratings on it. So there you guys go. I'll be doing a whole video on The Witches. That's going to take a whole video to do because I hated that movie so much. So look forward to that. And in the comment section below, please tell me, what are your favorite movies out of these films I talked about? What is your favorite? What is your least favorite? Give your thoughts and opinions. Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.